In this tutorial, we're going to walk through some of the extended features of CSI. We're going to walk through defining point codes, how to transfer a file from CSI Mobile, as well as an overview of the Image Inspector and the new CSI Table of Contents command. First, we're going to walk through how to transfer a coordinate file from our CSI mobile device to CSI desktop. To start the command, we're going to go to the CSI menu and choose Data Transfer. We'll choose our device, CSI Mobile, and it will begin to detect the device that's connected to our computer. On the right hand side, we can view the files that are stored on the CSI mobile device. So we'll choose a coordinate file and then verify the location on the computer where it's going to be saved to. After that, we just click Transfer and verify we'd like to overwrite the existing file and say yes. And that's it. The file is transferred and we can exit the transfer wizard. Next, we're going to explain how to define point codes. First, we're going to run the field to finish command, and then we're going to choose the Edit Point Codes button. You'll see the code table above that we're going to be editing. This is a default setting for CSI. And we'll choose Edit Point Codes. Here we have a list of categories that are listed inside our CSI field to finish file. And you can see you have categories for accident items, vehicles, roadway features, different point objects like signals and signs. So in this case, we're going to add an accident item. So to add a new accident item, we're going to come down choose the Add button. So the code is what we're going to enter, is a code to match the description that was recorded in the field. For this example, we're going to create a code for recording skid marks. So we're going to call this one SKDM and then give a full name. And then we're going to set a layer that the line work should appear on. And what we want it to draw is an entity type of a 2D polyline. You'll see the connection order is highlighted as sequential. This means we're going to go point to point in the order that they were recorded. And we're going to leave the structure or the 2D polyline open. The symbol type, we're just going to use our null point symbol, which is SPT0. I'm just going to type that in. Or you can come and you can choose it. Our line type is going to be a continuous line, like so. And if all the other settings look good, we can just say OK. Now we have a new code defined for skid marks, and the symbol, which is null, and a continuous line type. And before we exit, we want to be sure to save our field to finish file here. And exit. Here we're going to show some of the features that we can do with annotation. We have for CSI an updated title block command, and we're going to show that how the title block command can pull data from your accident reconstruction file. So with this sample accident here, I'm going to call up the accident reconstruction tools, and because we had previously entered data for this example, that data is retained via a link from the drawing to the accident reconstruction file. So I'm going to put in some more information that we didn't do the first time, such as a case number and a title. And I'm going to save this data and exit the reconstruction tools. Under annotate, we can call the title block command, and here we have the option to use the reconstruction file, and by toggling that on, this will read in our default values. So down below we also have a paper size. We're going to choose a landscape orientation and a default text height of 1/10 of an inch, and say OK. Now as I move my mouse, I get a preview roughly where I can place my paper borders, and I'm going to try and place the map in the top half of the page so that I have room for the accident reconstruction information. So once I place my title block, my fields and values are then put in for me here. So now we can see we have the case number, the location, as well as the officer's name and departments. Now these fields are customizable, so if I go back to the title block command, we can change the order that the fields are displayed in the first column. This is the actual CSI data that we're calling from the reconstruction file. However, if we'd like to change the label in the title block, let's say you wanted to spell out number, we can do that here. There's also a width setting. We can, if we anticipate that the label and value are going to require a full row, we can leave that as full row. On smaller items such as rank and department, we want those on the same row. So we'll designate a half row for each. So I'm going to, so we can visually see the change in size in labels, I'm going to switch to a larger paper size. Say OK. And I'm going to place this right on top, just off to the side here so we can see the new values. We've gone from case NO to case number. And you can see also the paper size was changed as well. Next, we're going to highlight some of the image capabilities in CSI. We have some ways of placing images onto the map by attaching them to entities or by placing a camera symbol in the drawing. So let's erase these title blocks by highlighting them and then pressing E for erase. And let's zoom in a little tighter here over to this tree symbol here. So I'm going to place a camera in the drawing right about here to look at the tree, and specify a size of the camera symbol, something large enough to view. And now we can choose a picture to associate with that camera. Let's choose the picture of the tree. Okay. And the way that we can view the image associated with that camera is under CSI Image Inspector. And you'll see that objects that have an image associated with them become highlighted. And if I place my cursor over it, you'll see the preview of the image in the top left corner of the screen. To end the command, we just press Enter.